Hey YouTube, long time seller here, and I want to go over what sold this weekend. I didn't. The sales weren't giant. Of course, just the first week. Really, not the first week, but the first start of the month, June, where school's out, people are on vacation, going to the lake. So it's kind of the start of the summer slowdown. But anyway, I'll go over what sold this weekend. I'm sorry, it's been a long weekend. I had a bass tournament, so I was out on the lake fishing all day, and I came back. I'm sunburnt, and anyway, let's get after it. So, first thing that I got right here is I sold this vintage Hank the Cowdog T-shirt here, and this is pretty cool. I don't know if y'all remember Hank the Cowdog, but anyway, I sold this, and I sold this for $15, and all my items are with shipping. So, total with taxes was $22.46. Now, the next thing I sold was another vintage T-shirt. And it has an Indian wolf spirit graphics. Those usually sell anything with a wolf on it. Wolf graphics is really popular and they sell well. So this is an older T-shirt I had in inventory for a long time and sold for $13. Next was a Texas Rangers Majestic T-shirt. That's just a plain simple T-shirt. I sold it for $14.44. And these items here, these are all items that I picked up at the bin store. So it wasn't anything that was special. You know what I mean? So hang on, I'm losing my screen here. There we go. Okay. I'm sorry about that. All right. Now, the next thing I sold was this American Eagle men's plaid long sleeve shirt. Just a nice simple shirt. Picked it up at the bin store and I sold it for $12.74. And of course, you can see with taxes and shipping over there. This I picked up an estate sale bundle right here. I bought an entire closet because it was filled with golf clothing and stuff. And this is a women's golf polo shirt here, and I sold that for $11. Now, I know that the sales doesn't look like these aren't really expensive items. This is like just bread and butter stuff, but my cost per item on these things here, because I buy in bulk and stuff, is probably about 50 cents or less than they're less than $1 a piece on these items here. These then this is some of my older inventory here that I was trying to move out, such as this Croft and Borrow shirt. Now, Croft and Borrow, I believe that's a brand that's sold at Target, and it's a popular brand, but it's not a really high reseller. And this one here, other than it being the Hawaiian four-hole pattern on here, and I just sold it for $11, and that's old inventory too. I can tell by this number here, this T26. That's my early inventory system. So this might have been in my store for like 2.5 years. And I'm doing another video showing you how I'm clearing out, because all these items you see here, the first 10, 11 items here is all old inventory items that I cleared out, and I did by doing a sell similar. And I got a video that will be coming out showing you how to do that and giving you some tips on how to get those listings refreshed and move some of that old stuff out of your inventory. Now, back to the Croft and Borrow. They do have some Croft and Borrow performance fabrics like the microfiber stuff and the travel series and things like that. And I have really good sales on those. The more modern microfiber lightweight material shirts, they sell really good from those Croft and Borrow. All right, the next one is a Brooks Brothers. This is a Brooks Brothers polo. Some Brooks Brothers items, like their dress shirts, will move fairly well. Their polos, not so much, unless you get one of their performance brands. And usually, when you find a polo with the word performance in their title, it's microfiber or lightweight, and it's a golfing or active wear, and it sells better than the knit cotton. And this one is just knit cotton, and it's old inventory item. I sold it for $9 plus shipping, just to get, that's one of those things, move out of my inventory. Now, this is an old vintage T-shirt. This has got a Palm Springs Lucky graphics on there. Sold that for $12.74 plus shipping. Uh, this is another pair of, this is more old inventory here. This was Greg Norman. These are golf pants. These are your lightweight golf pants, and I sold them for $13.50. Old inventory still. Abercrombie and Fitch brown pocket, brown flat pocket, rear flat pocket women's pants, sold $14.75. Here's a pair of Aeropostale skinny denim jeans here, and they sold for $13.59. And all those items I just showed you, that's my older inventory, and now we're going into the newer inventory. So, and don't remember, and don't forget, I've got a video come out on how I'm increased my old inventory sales by 20%, and I'm clearing out some clutter and refining, and I'll show you how I do that in that other video. So, anyway, this is a Wounded Warrior Project shirt that I picked up. I sold it for $15.29. This one is a Maestro Dobel Tequila logo shirt, but it's a Grayson. Grayson's a really good golf brand. I like those. And anyway, it had the tequila logo on the sleeve, and I sold that for $20. Now this is a EAA logo. This is a they do air shows and refurbish old planes and different things like that, and that one sold for $13.50. Travis Matthew. Travis Matthew uh, can sell decent or golf apparel, but it depends on the fabric and the design. This one was a Pima cotton, and some of the cottons are not knit; they're really uh, almost like a microfiber because they're really soft cotton. And I sold it for $15.29. Now this one here that's so shipping overdue. This is an item where a buyer negotiated with me for back and forth. We went back and forth for over an hour negotiating prices. They bid low, I bid high, and countered, and we went back and forth. And they finally said, okay, that's a good price. And they bought him. He's a pair of BKE jeans, and I sold them for $13, and which was a deal. But then the customer comes back an hour later and wants to cancel the order after all that negotiation. And to tell you the truth, I was kind of pissed off about it after all that negotiation, wasted my time to do that. So I happened to head out to go out of town, and so I did not ship this, and or I didn't respond to the cancellation in time. So it's stuck here in limbo. I don't know. I've tried to cancel it a dozen times, and eBay says, "Oh, it's been too long. You can't cancel it. You got to contact the buyer." So I contacted the buyer, and I haven't heard anything. So that's hanging there. I'm probably going to have to call eBay today and find out what the hell's going on with that one. So, alrighty. Next one is a Polo Ralph Lauren. This is your Yarmouth, and these are as far as Polo Ralph Lauren's. This one's not really like super popular, but it's not too bad, and I sold it for $12.74. Here's a Now this one's pretty cool. This is Roundtree in York, which isn't a great brand. They sell them at Dillard's, but this is a red gingham, and this is the fishing outdoor shirt. It's got a vented back. It's lightweight, microfiber, so it's a real comfortable summer type shirt, and sold that for $14.44. This is Straight Down. Straight Down is another brand that sells pretty good. They're golf apparel, and this one has the Vaquero logo. Vaquero is a golf course, and these have moved pretty well for me, and that's $14.53 for that one. And here's a lightweight Levi's pocket polo. It's a cotton blend here, and $12.74 on that one. A Tommy Bahama 18 Golf. I took an offer of $13.75 on these. I had it listed, I think, for $20, but when I got to looking at actual sales, everybody's trying to sell them for $20, but the actual sales are probably around $14 or $15. So I took off on that one. Here's a pair of Southern Marsh slash pocket men's cotton jeans or cotton shorts. Nothing special. Picked them up, sold them for $11.89. Black Clover. Black Clover does really well for me. I mean, they sell out pretty quick. When I have a Black Clover shirt, they go out real quick. That's a golf apparel. Now, this one took a little while to sell, and I think it's because it's orange. For some reason, that's just not a real popular color, but I know a lot of the Black Clovers have, when they have the logo on there or they have a nice design, they sell usually within 2-3 days of me listing it. So anyway, I sold that one for $15.29. And you remember a lot of these sell prices because I have my store on a 15% off sale this week. So this is the USAA logo polo here, and I sold it for $11.89. And ESPN Club Walt Disney logo polo shirt, $14.44. And here's a pair of Sand and Sun men's green floral board shorts, and I sold this for $12.74. Now I did have some hard goods that sold, and I've already packed and shipped those. And let me see if I can pull a couple of them up here. It's going to be a little slow. On the share screen, it lags a little bit here. But anyway, I had some pretty not great sales, but not too bad here. So I guess I need to hit search after I put that in. Well, it's not. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I already shipped these. Uh, there we go. I wasn't paying attention. I'd already shipped those things prior to this. Okay. First thing was these 4 copper bracelets here, and I sold those for $10. They're real lightweight. They're brand new, and I got these from a storage locker auction where I bought a locker, and I think I paid maybe 300 or 400 for the locker, but I made over $10,000 out of that locker because it was mostly household stuff. And I got to the back and I found 6 tubs with jewelry in it, and a lot of it was gold and silver. And I did really well on that locker. But other thing I sold here is a pair of these are like 1940s glasses. These are 12 karat gold filled uh, glasses here. They're really cool, and I'd had these laying around in a junk drawer for a couple of years, and I was cleaning up yesterday and saw these. I said, well, let me list these things. And I listed them, and I listed them for $39.99. And about 2 hours later, I got an offer for $30, and I took it because, hey, it was just sitting around, and somebody's got a pretty cool pair of glasses. And I also have this Bondi Boost right here. This is a hair gel tail, and I actually sold 7 of these last night or over the weekend, and they were all selling for this $16.99, and some of them were $18 or $19, and so this one I'd taken an offer on. So that was my sales for this weekend, and not super great, not super bad. You know what I mean? It's sales are picking up a little bit, so I need them to double, but I'm working on that. I'm coming back from a hiatus where I was took a 8-9 months off after I retired from FedEx to kind of goof off. But anyway, I'm back in the saddle now. So anyway, the Friday sales was only $114. That was a real slow day. Saturday was 248. Sunday 279, and then here it is 3 o'clock Monday morning, and I've already got $63 for the day for Monday starting off. So Monday's looking like it might be a pretty good day. I'm hoping get back up here in the 300-400s, and I really need to get my average sales back up to 500-600 where they were a day where they were about a year and a half ago. So that's my sales dropped because I went on a break and I wasn't listing as much. I was still listing, but I wasn't actively listing. I was enjoying the fruits of my labor for about 8 or 9 months, and then I got bored, and I'm back at it. So you should see these numbers all start trending up here, and I'm hoping within the next 2 months have these back up over 500 a day in sales. So alrighty. So anyway, that's what sold this weekend, and I hope the rest of y'all out there are having a good day and some good sales, and I will see y'all on the next video. So everybody, hey, great luck out there in 2025 selling.